Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. This one here's general notice where I kick off the week ahead by talking about what's going on this channel and talking about what's going on in the world of motorsport. So without further ado, let's get on with it and let's talk about what's going to be coming up first this week. And it's quite a nice bundle really. My next general notice is actually slated to be on the Tuesday. It's going to be a weird one that could potentially end up being a triple header, with a bunch of other content coming out on the same day. But I can tell you the next 3 days have all already been recorded, so here we go. First up, we're going to have the review for NASCAR at Darlington, followed by a preview for the Bahrain Grand Prix, followed by a preview for the Miami E-Prix. After that, we'll have the preview for Long Beach, which is an IndyCar IMSA doubleheader, before the review for FE and Miami on Saturday night, and then on Sunday, hopefully, a review for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Then we're rounding it out next Monday with a review for the Long Beach weekend, IndyCar and IMSA. NASCAR at Bristol might also come out on Monday, but that all depends on what I'm going to be doing in terms of the scheduling. I think it might be better that I double those up on the Monday and then have the general notice with the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix preview on the Tuesday. Now, in terms of stats for the channel, over the course of the past week, April Fool's Day seemed to have fooled me. For some reason, it's the lowest one out of the week with less than half the views the next lowest day, but we ended up with an increase week on week of 23% in terms of views, whilst the watch time in terms of hours was down 40% somehow, and the subscriber count was up. In terms of standout videos, the ones to watch, Rally Sierra Morena was the peak one. I think that ended up cycling around through people's feeds as the ERC event was going on, though interestingly enough, some of the things that were redirecting to it search-wise were strange. It's like some guitar solo tutorials or something like that was redirected to Rally Sierra Morena. At the same time, it was pretty much shorts that dominated the top 10. Outside of that, the only recent long-form video was the preview for Rally Sierra Morena itself, which was, I think, largely responsible for what was largely responsible for that was click-throughs from the YouTube Shorts, people who were liking the short and then going, oh, actually, I'll watch the full-length video. That's something I'm going to be looking at doing going forward, actually. In terms of clips, there'll be a mix of kind of stuff I've already been doing, so highlights from old streams, from old videos, but also things that sort of pull people into longer-form content. I'm going to be doing some bits that are exclusive to shorts, like we had with the Yuki Tsunoda, Liam Lawson breaking news, but then there are also going to be bits and pieces that are just kind of, I've done this long form video and you can check it out. I might do that a bit more for my other top viewed videos for last week. Now, I've done a couple of them for Wrenchport already, but the Race 07 video is proving to be quite high in terms of the average viewer time, and I haven't done any kind of clips for that yet. And then the other one is the RBR mod, the RBR 2020 mod, a video that is now over 5 years old. It's, I think, still my most viewed video, and it's continuing to be in the top 10 of most viewed videos at the moment. I'm also going to click through to March, though, and give us a little bit of feedback on that. March was down 8% on the February window, but then that's because I didn't upload any shorts the first 9 days. You could see a bit of a pickup after I had shorts, and it's starting to get a bit sporadic as well. It's a bit here, there, and everywhere. But there is also a thing of people not following the long-form content as much. Watch time was down 16% month on month, whilst subscriber numbers, interestingly, were up. So I just think I just need to be consistent, continue to be consistent. That might be what games the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, let's get into the articles. The first one, it's not actually got an article linked to it, but stick with me. Because I was watching the ERC this weekend, Rally Sierra Morena, and I was watching an interview that the FIA broadcaster, well, the broadcaster, so Red Bull TV in conjunction with the FIA, had with one of the representatives from MRF. Now, something horrible happened to the MRF lot over the course of the weekend, in that a lot of their tyres, in particular like their display tyres, were stolen. Now, the representative was very quick, even, to slate the FIA and the organiser saying the security was the issue. There was a lack of security, so people just came into the service parking quarter and took away the tyres. Now, I haven't seen any kind of issues coming up from it. I was actually reminded, as a result of it, of Mads Osberg, who got fined back in 2021 for criticising the Pirelli tyres when he ended up getting lots of punches. I think he got... Was it a puncher on the power stage? Cost him a WRC2 win? I feel like that's what it was. And for me, that is what stuck in my mind. Because I know people get penalised for swearing, but I mean, they didn't penalise Gordon Ramsay, did they, at the F1 75 launch event? Are they going to penalise MRF for a team representative, the brand representative even, criticising the FIA? Because that's what the swearing ban rule was actually also about. It was, don't criticise the organisations. Either way, I feel sorry for MRF with that one. I hope that things get resolved quickly, and I hope that it doesn't have a drastic impact on the brand's participation in the European Rally Championship. The tyre manufacturer's participation with the drivers that it backs, the Team MRF organisation, is actually one of the better things for the ERC over the previous few years. Anyways, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go across to F1, and an interesting little story. Because it's broken today that Haas have poached even Ryo Hirakawa from Alpine. Hirakawa appeared in free practice for the Japanese Grand Prix, taking Jack Doohan's seat, and then Doohan got in the car and immediately wrote it off. And part of the reason why that was supposedly because they had decided that Gasly should have the seat time and Hirakawa should take Doohan's seat. Now, it's probably not too surprising. After all, Hirakawa works with Toyota Gazoo Racing in the World Endurance Championship. Haas have a partnership now with Toyota Gazoo Racing. They can use the facilities in the same way that McLaren previously did before their new wind tunnel got up and running. But what's interesting is Hirakawa was with Haas at the post-season test in Abu Dhabi last year. And Alpine poached him at the same time that they got Paul Aron and Franco Colapinto in the team pool. Now, I would assume that Alpine would get a little bit of a payoff for this. So maybe that's what the strategy was. I mean, you could argue that was potentially part of the strategy with Colapinto. Now, the conventional wisdom is they got Colapinto aside in case Doohan underperforms, and then they could replace Doohan with Colapinto. But there were small rumours that when Liam Lawson was struggling, Alpine would try to sell Colapinto off to Red Bull. And it reminds me a bit of football, actually, and the Premier League. Because you see teams that are just there not necessarily to accept loanees from other clubs, but to develop players and then sell them on to other clubs and use that to continue to develop their own players and make the team financially viable. I mean, heck, when I got into following football the first time around, that's what Southampton was known for. Portsmouth was similarly known for similar bits and pieces like that. Nowadays, you see academy players being loaned out to clubs in the Championship or clubs across Europe or even across the world. I'd be interested to know if F1 is going that way. But getting on to the final article now, and it's one again about global reach. Because TOCA, the organisers of the British Touring Car Championship and the support package, have announced that the entire race day will be free to view the world over. Now, in the UK, there's already a deal. I believe there's a similar deal in North America, though I don't know who the North America partner is. In the UK, it's ITV. You can watch everything live on ITVX. But the BTCC will now be available worldwide outside of North America and the UK on YouTube for free. And that is mega. That's magnificent. It's so great to see because it means that everybody has the ability to watch what I think is one of the best racing series in the world, one of the best touring car series in the world for free. Breaking down those barriers. Now, it wasn't like there was a paywall previously for the BTCC. This is something that is just new altogether. But it means that you get a more of a global reach, and it also could mean more in terms of marketing, in terms of branding, and in terms of a platform for the drivers, the team, and all the other talent that there is on the Toka package. Because the support series are included in it. And it's just magnificent news. For me, I love following stuff like the 24-hour series by Creventic or the various SRO series because they are free to watch online. IMSA has started putting stuff on their YouTube live as well, and that has been wonderful for the turnover. And like, you could watch it live for free before outside of North America, and I have done for the past few years. But to have it direct to YouTube is great, and it's a brilliant idea to do. Because in the end, it just continues to elevate the success of the brand. Going behind a paywall isn't necessarily the most successful. We saw that with the E. Best thing to do in terms of getting the most viewers you can and maximizing that is arguably going free to air. But that's just my thoughts. And on that note, let me know any thoughts that you have in the comment section down below. As always, I really appreciate the support I get on this channel, and I really appreciate those of you coming to watch videos on this channel. I make new videos. They come out every single day. So, yeah. Until next time, folks. Bye for now.